Hey everybody, my name is Matthew Sambanis. I'm a certified public accountant. My firm is based in Long Island, New York, and thank you in advance for watching this video. This channel is dedicated to economics, finance, making money, and other things of that nature. So if that's what you're into, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And in today's video, we are going to discuss McDonald's, the state of the American consumer, and other things of that nature. And we're going to actually go a little deeper than we normally do, including reviewing some of McDonald's financial statements to see if there's really greedflation or if it's inflation, or perhaps it's both. And I'd like to give them the benefit of the doubt, but after doing my analysis, they don't get the benefit of my doubt. And just a synopsis, just for clarity, by the way, once every year or two, I'll go to McDonald's, and by far it's disgusting. Their cheeseburgers are absolutely disgusting, but I somehow enjoy eating them, like I said, once every 1 to 2 years, and fast food is not beneath me. I happen to like to get Taco Bell once every 3 months, maybe, or 4 or 5 months, depending on what I'm craving, how I'm working out or not, and I like getting Checkers once every 6 months. So, fast food, even though it's absolutely disgusting in my opinion, is also very good, and it hits the spot. And I actually moved my firm's locations today to a new office, much bigger office, much nicer building, different town, nicer town, and all that other good stuff. And my girlfriend wanted to go out and celebrate. It's been a long day. And so we went out to eat at a place called LC Wings in Huntington Village, which, I knew what I was going to get, and it's called a feisty or a fiesta quesadilla. And what I went through tonight is what American consumers go through all day, every day, and I'm not exempt from it. And but I'm also sick and tired of it, and that's what's going on with McDonald's and everywhere, and we're going to get into it some more. So anyway, we go to LC Wings. And I thought it was $14 or $15 for this overpriced quesadilla, which granted, I get 2 meals out of it. It's really good. It's made fresh. It also has avocado in it. Oh my God, right? What is an avocado? $1 or $2, if it's organic. It was $18. So $18 for a chicken avocado quesadilla. And that's what my girlfriend also got. And then they gave us 2 glasses of water, which is standard. And normally I don't get anything other than water. And this time I said, you know what? I'm actually going to get a Sprite. And the reason I got the Sprite was the water just tasted absolutely disgusting. So they come out, the glass is about that big and had, 3/4 ice, and it was $3.50. Did I feel violated and ripped off? Yeah. Did I know it was going to be $3.50 until the end? No. Would I have drank the water? Probably, just on principle, because I'm just sick and tired of being ripped off by everybody and every company in every flipping angle and every which way every day, just as you are and just as every other American is. So anyway, fast forward to the end, they bring out our, we ask for 2 boxes to go, pack up our food, then we get the bill, which is right here. And I see, okay, my Sprite, which was, 90% ice, was $3.50. And then they hit us with a credit card charge of $1.38. So my total was $44.30. And at least we get 4, maybe 5 meals out of it because we're light eaters. We eat like birds, whatever. But dinner shouldn't be that much. And then to top it all off, it wasn't that much, because then we say, hey, by the way, here's a 20. Please bring us back change so we can do the right thing and tip you in cash. And what does the waiter do? He comes back with 2 5s and a 10. And what was the tip? $7, which is 20%. And I just said, you know what? $3 isn't going to make or break me, and I get it, but don't be scumbags. And that's what they were being, and I probably would have tipped the extra $3 either way. Probably not. I don't really know. I don't really care. But the principle is, how many different angles do you have to rip me off from? A, you're overcharging for the food. B, you're charging me $3.50 for a Sprite in a glass, which was 3/4 ice. Then you're hitting me with a credit card charge, and then you're basically making me give you an overinflated tip. 4 or 5 different ways. Like, enough is enough, people, and everybody's sick of it. So anyway, let's get into it. Prices at America's biggest fast food chains have soared above the rate of inflation in the last 5 years as firms come under fire for greedflation. Consumers are now voting with their wallets, causing traffic at chains to drop 3.5% in the first 3 months of the year compared to 2023, according to data from Revenue Management Solutions. It means big chains like McDonald's, Wendy's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, and Chipotle have likely sold millions fewer burgers, pizzas, and burritos, but they're making it up. So there's 2 thoughts of economics here, right? Do you make it up in quality or do you make it up in quantity? I'm more of a quantity guy. I'd prefer to make a ton of money, have a ton of clients, and have a ton of customers. But you also have to make sure you're making money with each person. And listen, Chipotle is absolutely killing it. McDonald's is absolutely killing it. And as a matter of fact, I have McDonald's financials to go through from 2020, 21, 22, and 23 to show you what they're really doing. And and they're getting the hint now. People are finally voting with their feet. They're tapped out. Credit card debt is at an all-time high. Consumer loans are all at an all-time high. Everything's at an all-time high except for savings and except for earnings and wages. So in proper perspective, in 2020, McDonald's brought in $19 billion in revenue, $19.2 billion in revenue, and their gross profit was $9.7 billion, which is a 50% profit margin. In 2022, they brought in $23 billion, and their gross profit was $13 billion, which is a 57% increase. So in 2 years, they increased their bottom line by 7%. And to go a step further, in 2020, their operating income was $7.2 billion. And in 2023, it was $11.7 billion, or a 64% increase. And to put it in proper perspective, or going back to what I was saying originally, in 2020, the revenue was $19 billion, and their cost of revenue was $9 billion, $9.5 billion to be exact. And in 2022, their revenue was $23 billion, and their cost of revenue was 9.9, billion, or essentially, all right, fine, we'll call it 10 billion. But regardless, so they had 3 billion more in revenue. I'm sorry, 4 billion more in revenue, but only half a billion more in cost. So is that greedflation? Yes. Are they being pigs? Yes. Do pigs get slaughtered? Yes. At the end of the day, what's their job What's their job? Their job is to make the shareholder as much money as humanly possible, right? Legally. And so can you fault them for it? No. What's made them so brazen to do so? I guess everybody else has done it, I looked at Starbucks numbers, and their numbers did not look anywhere near as good as McDonald's, especially when it came to their gross profit and their cost of goods sold. Although their operating expenses have stayed the same. And we'd have to go into the accounting of each one, which we're not doing tonight. But the bottom line is McDonald's has made a ton of money. They've been absolutely greedy pigs. Their CEO makes about $20 million a year. God bless him. I'm sure he works very hard. I'm sure he's a very smart guy, and he's he's definitely entitled to it, because if he wasn't, he wouldn't have it. But at the end of the day, McDonald's is supposed to be a fast food chain for lower to middle class people, and they now think that they're Mick Mick Castle or something. So, and I've mentioned this before, it says here, ex-users have been disgusted with $18 Big Mac. It used to be $5 in 2008. And does this tie into the 2% narrative inflation, which I don't want to go off on the Federal Reserve. I don't really want to make this about inflation. It's more so about McDonald's, who is taking a beating on the chin because they've been just absolutely greedy pigs. And, they've been the victims of inflation to a degree, but have they just skyrocketed their prices through the roof? Yeah. And now everybody's tapped out. And what does that mean? It means now that McDonald's confirms $5 value meals to lure back low-income customers after price hikes. So you basically bamboozle people, you knock them over the head. The list goes on. And now to get people back in the door for a month, by the way, they're going to have this special for a month, $5. And, Henry Ford got rich by making the car affordable to everyday people. And I don't see too many food places around that are looking to make food affordable. They just look to charge you as much as humanly possible, rip you off for as much as humanly possible. Another article that I read the other day was McDonald's is now going to get away with free refills. I mean, come on, you guys, again, it's just nickel and dime in the American consumer every which way to Sunday, and the American consumer is tapped out. And, I'd like to think that somewhere people just do something out of benevolence, not out of pure greed, or just, there's shrinkflation as well. Let's not even get into shrinkflation. But basically, and then, okay, fine, California hiked their minimum wage to $20 unless they baked bread, which obviously benefited Gavin Newsom's biggest donor, who was Panera. That's another joke, and if increasing the minimum wage was that good, then why did he carve out that niche that didn't have to raise it up to 20, that they got to keep it at 17 or 18, whatever it is? Because minimum wage is not good. And I want to clarify that by saying minimum wage is not good because it prevents people from working. How so? Let's say you wanted to work for me for $10 an hour. Let's say you wanted to, learn how to do accounting or bookkeeping or something. And I can say, okay, well, somebody coming in, not knowing anything, the best I can do based on my experience is pay you $5 or $10 or $15 an hour. If you're willing to work for that and I'm willing to pay you that, then we should be able to have that agreement and have that contract. But due to the minimum wage, you can't. So you have to pay accountant interns $20, $25, $30, $35 an hour now. It's absolutely psychotic. And it creates black markets as well. People get paid in cash and other things of that nature. But the bottom line is minimum wage is not good. And that's just my humble opinion. So what does competition do? By the way, when you lower your prices, other people follow suit. So now Burger King is rolling out multiple value meals starting at $5 with various sides and things of that nature. And they're going to run this offer for more than a month. And you know what? God bless them. It's doing the right thing. Again, fast food to me is disgusting, but whatever. And I get it. That's all you can afford, that's all you can afford, but it's still cheaper to go out and buy your own food and cook it. So I would imagine if you have that choice that you should probably want to cook your own food or grow your own food, and it's free, right? Other than your water. So what else is going on here? Burger King is going to launch a $5 value meal ahead of McDonald's. Good for them. They're also a publicly traded company. McDonald's missed profit estimates for the first time in 2 years in its latest quarter, with the company saying consumers turned more discriminating with every dollar they spend. Yeah, because every dollar counts. And when you're living in fantasy land making $20 million a year, you have no idea what the average consumer is going through. So, again, pure Austrian economics. That's what I say to McDonald's. C'est la vie. You deserve it. And what else is going on? The other day, Target came out and... I'm sorry, I'm out of order. Target shares tumble after retailer reports caution about weak consumer. Yep, the consumer is absolutely weak. They're absolutely crushed. They're spending it. They're getting hit in every flipping angle. My water bill used to be $3 or $4 a quarter. I use very little water, maybe 10 at the high end. And what did they actually recently do, or do about a year or two ago? They raised it now that the minimum fee per quarter is $25. So imagine, okay, fine, I get it. You want to rip me off. You want to do this. You want to give me all this BS. But now what used to be $40 a year or $50 a year is now $100, $140 a year, or $150 a year. And that's just one instance of being nickeled and dimed by the utility companies, never mind the cost of oil, never mind the cost of natural gas going up through the roof, or because some fiascos happening in Texas. Or to go a step further, and this happened to me about a year ago, and I'm going out of order, but that's too bad. And by the way, if I'm missing anything, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me a lot. It means a lot to me. Auto insurance rates are jumping the most since the 1970s, but there could be a relief soon. So this is CNBC, and CNBC, I must say, writes some of the dumbest stuff. Soaring auto insurance costs have been a principal driver behind inflation over the past year, which is wrong. The source of inflation is the government printing money and credit card companies making money more, and banks making more and more money available to consumers. But anyway, soaring auto insurance costs been the principal driver behind inflation over the past year, but there could be relief on the way, according to Bank of America. Okay, let's see. Motor vehicle insurance cost was up 22.6% from a year ago. So about 6 months ago, Geico tried to raise my insurance by 40% on my Porsche. I was absolutely apoplectic, and I just finally said enough is enough. They wanted to raise it it started at, I think, $150 a month, and then it was $200, and they wanted to raise it up to $250, and I said, enough. And luckily, I was referred to somebody locally, and she got it down to $130 a month. So anyway, recent trends probably do not mean that your premium will fall, but we believe they will not go up as fast. So basically, this is what happened, and now instead of this happening, it's just going to go up slower. We need deflation. We need interest rates 12, 13, 14, probably 18% to fix this economy. Yeah, it would crash everything, but that's what should happen. Instead of inflating the stock market, instead of the rich people getting richer, and all this other nonsense. So anyway, auto insurance has gone up through the roof. Geico, again, Warren Buffett, you're a pig. Sorry. Yeah, you might be a legendary investor, but you're a pig. And I hope other people find alternatives to Geico like I found an alternative. Anyway, Walmart, Target unleashed price cut-in tsunami as work and poor hit brick wall. Okay, fine. So now Target is cut in. On Monday, Target announced it will lower everyday regular prices on approximately 5,000 frequently shopped items across this assortment. The retailer just reduced prices on about 1,500 items, with thousands more price cuts planned to take effect over the course of the summer. Why are you guys lowering your prices now? Because the consumers tapped out. So that means you had the option to do this sooner or to not raise your prices this high. You said there was massive inflation, which is why you were doing it, which there was massive inflation. But now you're rolling your prices back. So what's going on? Somebody enlighten me, Talk to me like a kindergartner. I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe I'm dumb. Anyway, moving along. Olive Garden, Longhorn Steakhouse owner Darden warns lower income customers are pulling back. Yeah, again, they're pulling back. I could keep on going through these articles. I'm not going to. The bottom line is the American consumer is tapped out. The average American and what used to be the upper, we've just shifted. If you were lower middle class or if you were lower class or whatever that is, you're now poor. If you're middle class or if you were middle class, you're now lower middle class. And if you were upper middle class, you're probably just middle class now. I can tell you my salary is above the average American, and I feel like, frankly, a working schmuck. Every day we go, we grind, work super hard, and, it's just boom, 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 one thing after another, just bigger size bills and whatever the list may be. And unfortunately for a lot of people, they're completely tapped out with no other options. And ultimately, this is going to break. And yeah, that's great if you're NVIDIA, if you're these other large companies, but it's going to fall. This bubble is going to implode. This debt tsunami that we have is going to implode. I haven't even begun to talk about inflation. I haven't even begun to talk about foreclosures. I haven't begun to even talk about defaults, all of which we'll do on another video for another day. It's just very, obnoxious and stupid and unnecessary. So anyway, sorry this video wasn't that helpful or that positive, at least. And to put a positive spin on it, a guiding principle I generally use is do the next right thing always. And this way you have peace of mind. And if you want to prosper, if you have some extra money laying around, what I've been personally been doing is I've been buying gold, I've been buying silver, stocks, junior miners, and I've been buying foreign stocks, international stocks, dividend paying stocks. If you'd like me to speak about them more directly and more openly, please let me know. Obviously, I look to save as much money as humanly possible. I try to cut back as much as possible. And the newest term I heard the other day was something called, buy-ump or buyflation or something, where you pre-buy more than you need. So in other words, I have, toilet paper. I have tons of paper towels, tons of tissues, tons of napkins, and I just buy them in bulk, and I buy more than I need because I know that prices are going to continue to go up. Now, apparently, maybe, allegedly, we have deflation, right? So if inflation is good and the Federal Reserve wants 2% inflation per year, right, then why is it good and why is it their relief when Walmart and Target are unleashing a price cutting tsunami, right? I mean, our government is just absolutely dishonest. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. And if I missed anything, please let me know. And have a great night. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.